What's happening here on this side? When did this happen?
Right, so yeah, I'm back on set and
I love your t-shirt.
Yes. You know, they say
Looking
the best
good.
way to show appreciation for a gift is to use it.
And I'm just going to run across because look now, he's showing off the muscles. Showing off the little muscles there. Keep going, keep going. What are we making here this morning?
This morning we are going to make an iPad stand with a desk caddy built in. So, you know, something that the millennials would appreciate a little bit more.
Well, anyone with an iPad though.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying, like, many things we do on the show, it's geared toward millennials and perennials as well.
That's right.
You know, but you know, iPad and technology and stuff like that, the millennials are so in tune with that. So
yes.
I thought I'd build something.
No, let me tell you, Father Giro is 80-something years old. He has his WhatsApp group and he has his phone. But you take it away, Carrie. You take it away.
Thanks, Lisa. Right. So this morning, as I said, we are going to build a desk caddy with an iPad stand, so you could have your iPad standing erect when you are watching your videos and stuff like that. So we are going to start by outlining everything you're going to need. So I have a few lengths that are pre-cut, and if you look over here, you would see a back piece. This is 14.5 inches, a base piece, which is 16 inches, two side pieces. They are both 3 3/4 inches. There's a brace over here that is 2 1/4 inches. Another front piece that is 5 1/4 inches. And then we have a little sliver that I cut here that it will actually allow your iPad or iPhone or anything to stand without sliding off. So to get to it, we want to put the sides on first, and we're going to work upside down so that it will make your life a little bit easier. So we're going to take the base piece, and to this base piece, we're going to put on either side the 3 1/4 side braces on each side so that we could screw them in. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start with my right-hand side first. And what I'm doing right now is drilling pilot holes, ensuring that I can fasten this to the base. Make sure that your piece is lined up properly so that when you flip it over, everything will be in a nice line. Now that these pilot holes are drilled, we want to ensure that we fasten it so that when we are working on the other side, it's not slipping around. So I'm now attaching my screw to my automatic screwdriver, and I will hold this in place and ensure it goes all the way in. Notice this morning I'm wearing my gloves and my safety glasses, which I have not put on, guys. Safety first, don't do like me like I did just now, I forgot. But yes, make sure you have your gloves, make sure you have your safety glasses, because safety is a priority when you're doing these things. So now that the first side is in, we're going to work on the second side. And we're going to do the same process. What we're going to do is drill 2 pilot holes first, and then we're going to drive our screws in. Make sure that you hold your piece in place so that it's sturdy, after which we're going to drill our pilot holes. Again, make sure it doesn't slip like it just did with me. Adjust as needed. I'm going to go through this one again to ensure that the hole goes all the way through. Then I'll drill my second hole on the opposite side. Finally, we're going to take our screws and use our screwdriver to drive these in, and our base part would be finished. The screws going in now. And the second one, we're going to put in a little more carefully, ensure everything lines up well. Excellent. What we could do now is flip this over so that we could now attach the back piece. The back piece is going to go between these 2 pieces here. It's cut very exact, so it's going to be a little tight to go in at first, but once we get it lined up, there we go. We're going to get a back piece in. And again, we're going to work from the back side of it. So we're going to flip this over again. Upside down. Make sure it's lined up. And then we're going to drill some pilot holes once again and fasten it with screws. So the back piece, as I said earlier, was 14.5 inches, and that's to allow for the side pieces to fit on the base, and the back piece would fit within those side pieces. All right, so now we're going to drill those pilot holes. Again, always double check and make sure everything is lined up properly. It's better to measure twice and drill or cut once. Just to ensure this doesn't wobble, I'm drilling a hole in the center, and I'm going to fasten my screw to the center so that on either side it would be pretty stable when I'm putting the other screws in. Right, now that that is in, we could adjust the suit, and it would cooperate a lot more now that the first screw is in. So now we're going to drill 2 more pilot holes on the left and the right side of the base to attach the back piece. With those pilot holes drilled, we're now going to put the screws in to complete fastening. While I continue this, we have a lot more coming up. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. Thanks, Trinidad and Tobago.
T-Talk City 91.1 FM, TTT.live and TTT Live online. Carrie has been working assiduously.
Through the break there, and we're going to go across to see him finish the holder for the iPad. But in studio already coming up next would be Charlene Petro, and there you are. We're giving us a little wave there this morning, coming to talk to us about women in leadership and some of the challenges that women face in leadership. Let's go across to Carrie. Carrie, how are we doing on that side? How are we looking?
Doing well. Could I drill right now? Would I make too much noise for you?
No, not at all.
All
You
right,
drill.
great.
No, she likes it.
Yes.
So what they missed during the break is that I put on the front piece over here. Again, I turn it upside down. I drill from underneath. So we put in 2 tacks down here. What happened after that was that I drilled one from the side to ensure it was fastened properly. And here now what I'm going to do is there's a middle brace piece here that we are going to fasten. And this would be the caddy part of it, after which I just need to attach the bumper. That'll be actually attached with glue because it's very thin. And once I attach that, we are pretty much done.
Let's do it.
All right. So I'm drilling some pilot holes here into this middle brace. And on the opposite side. Why you see me drilling from both sides is to ensure there's stability. Almost done here.
And you're going to put a nail on the other side as well, right?
Yeah, going to put a screw in, and after that,
Screw. Sorry.
no problem. And finally, this little wafer cut here, this is about a little over 1/8 inch in thickness. What we're going to do is actually glue this down because this is too delicate to take a screw. So you take your wood glue or your all-purpose glue, you apply a generous amount on it like that,
Yep.
and finally you stick it down.
So if I take Rishi's phone for a minute, can I come and demonstrate where it goes?
You could demonstrate where it goes, but because the glue is still wet on this one here, it's,
Yeah.
it is important to ensure the glue dries.
Okay, well, we don't want to mess up
We don't want to
your
mess up
phone.
my
Yeah.
phone.
So-
Unless you mess it up and then you buy me a new
So
one.
where would the devices go? Just tell us.
So the device itself, the iPad, we still have some glue drip in here. I'll wipe
Yeah.
that up in a little bit.
Yeah.
The iPad could come here either vertical or horizontal,
Right,
so that you could
nice.
watch it full screen if you're watching movies on
Yeah.
one of those movie apps
Yeah.
or
I'll
anything
take
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'll
I
take
like
it.
You'll
I
take
know,
it?
I love it. I want it because I want to go and paint it up and, you know,
Oh
what they
my
say, bedazzle
goodness.
it and make it all cute and all of
Yeah,
that.
'cause
And,
right
and
now
the
it's
other
still a
part,
little
the other
rough.
side is a what? Like a pencil holder?
Yeah, you could put pencils in here, anything
That's
that
mine.
you keep on your
Or
That
phone
is
charger? You
mine.
can put a charger.
Yeah, but what I'm actually gonna do later on is drill a hole through here so
Yeah.
that the charger could fit through and
Nice.
you know, you could
Nice.
Definitely,
get
sir.
everything. You
I
know,
love
so.
it. Forget Rishi, that's mine. Rishi,
Well, Lisa
you-
cleaned it this time, Rishi. You can have the next
Everybody
one.
every week, boy. Hey.
I